You will never be able to be the main character of your life, to exude that girl or it girl energy, if you are too focused on what other people are saying and thinking of you. It's not that deep and it does not matter. The last thing that you should ever be thinking about is what other people are thinking of you, because people are way too focused on what is going on in their lives, their problems, their everything, what people think of them as well, to be worried about you. Because I think a lot of people think that a lot of people are worried about them, they're too focused on them. And yes, there are those people, but at the end of the day, when they go home and they're all alone, they have to face their problems themselves. So those things are going to be occupying their mind 99% of the time, because we are all just trying to figure it out and we all have our own burdens. So for you to be stressing about what other people think of you is literally the most useless and self-hating thing that you could ever do, because at the end of the day, it's only going to torture you, because you are not going to be able to live in your authentic self. You're going to be people pleasing because you want to please other people so that they can like you, so that they can accept you, and so that you can finally just gain a place in that person's lives. And you know what, just because you fit in doesn't mean that you're meant to be in there. So even if that person has welcomed you with open arms, it does not mean it's good for you. Not caring about what other people think was literally the best thing I had ever done in my journey as an individual, because it lifts such a weight off your shoulders. Because on top of everything that you have to deal with in life, you still have to deal with what other people have to say, and then on top of that, care. Because there's a difference in, okay, you're able to take feedback and criticism from other people, but it's an entirely different thing to constantly care and wanting to give in to other people's opinions, even if they're not factual. That's how they're called opinions for a reason. And for you to be placing other people's opinions, insecurities, projection and negative perception of you in your head, for you to have all of that in your head and let that take control over your life, you're not even living your own life, because now you're going to be living in accordance to somebody else's life, because you want to satisfy them and you want to make sure that you remain in their good books. It doesn't matter what your life looks like. It doesn't matter if you're not achieving your goals. It doesn't matter if you're self-sabotaging. It doesn't matter if you're self-hating, as long as somebody likes you. That is a very, very sad life to live. In any case, guys, welcome back to the Life Experience with Kuhle. In today's video, as you could tell by the intro, we're going to be talking about how I stopped caring about other people, because I realized the importance of just not giving an absolute rat ass. It's very valid, but you know what you should know beforehand is that a lot of people are going to hate you for this. A lot of people are going to hate you for this, and specifically those people who constantly change your energy, who constantly just wanted to take advantage of you and use you, because those people are not going to have anybody else to rely on now, because you are that person that is now, you have morphed into this different person, and you have boundaries, and you love yourself and you respect yourself enough to be like, hey, I don't have time to deal with you right now, or I don't want you in my life right now. And those people have a hard time dealing with that, because they're stuck with an old version of you that they've had in their heads, that they were able to just use any given opportunity. And now when you finally stand your ground, they will always have something negative to say. They will always have something negative to say, like, oh, I can't believe you changed. They will never say that you changed and that it was something that was positive, but their tone, they don't even have to say what is on their minds, but their tone alone literally gives them away, because they're clearly not happy with the change that took place, because now they no longer have somebody else to rely on and to use. So the thing is, a lot of people are going to hate you for wanting to take this step. But you know what? It's for your own peace of mind and your own sanity. For me, I personally believe anything that is just for your peace of mind and for you to able to have your boundaries with other people and just have a more peaceful life, man, with no drama. If that's the type of life that you want, and if you want to remove any other obstacles or other people that are reinforcing those things, and it's for your peace of mind and for your sanity, you go ahead and do it, girl. You're not going to listen to these people who are going to flip and judge you over and over and over again, because they want to keep you in the same place that you have been in all of these years. A lot of people might think that not caring about what other people say, it's very hard. It's like a hard thing to do because it's like something that's outside of their comfort zone. They're not very familiar with it and everything. People think that it's difficult because it's like, how can I not care about what other people say? But the thing is, you shouldn't only be learning on how to not care about what other people say. You should make sure that every other opinion does not affect you. A lot of people think this is hard, and a lot of people make certain things, like for example, a lot of people make consistency or discipline look hard and everything, but it's like once you've mastered something, you're gonna realize not only how much it benefits you, but how easy it was because you took the first step. You were the one who decided, oh, okay, I want to make a change, right? And the thing is, once you take that step, it's no longer hard for you. I think the hardest thing is just the process within itself of like constantly trying to stay in a state of mind where you're more positive. And even though things are not looking good and the results are not really the results that you want them to be, like, because in the process you won't really see a lot of growth up until I think you've, let's say, accomplished that goal. And I think once you've accomplished that goal, you're then able to reflect on your progress. And I think that's when you can see the benefits of that progress and how much it changed you and whatever it did. A lot of people make this harder than it already is. And honestly, not caring about what other people think is all in your mind. Even confidence is in your mind, because guys, I don't think people realize how powerful your mindset is. Like, if you shift your mindset and you stop thinking so negatively, you stop being a pessimist, and then you just just for a week, you change your perspective and you start seeing things in a better life and in a more positive life. And this is not me promoting or like saying that you should always be positive and everything, and like after every bad situation you have to look at the positive. Well, that's nice and all, it's not nice in the moment, and sometimes you just really can't see the positive in a bad situation, and everybody's entitled to feel that way. I am not out here to spread toxic positivity, absolutely not. But if you would just allow yourself to just look at the positive side of things and stop being so pessimistic and saying that like you're big. Okay, this is like me kind of going off a tangent, right? But you know, when I don't like it when people like say that I'm not a pessimist, I'm a realist, because I feel like people don't know the difference. Like I feel like people don't know the difference. I don't think people see how much they ruin opportunities for themselves because of their negative mindset, because it's uncomfortable and it's unfamiliar, like it's foreign to them. So obviously they're going to perceive it as something negative because it's not something that they're used to. And the thing is, they'll call themselves a realist, and it's just like, like, fair enough for those people who actually believe that they're realists and they can actually base it off facts based on what they think. People always get it twisted, and I think people always mixed up the two. I think similarly, it's like very close to narcissism and confidence. People always mix up the two, and it's like, I think the only other thing that you could possibly associate with narcissism is probably like arrogance, but not confidence. Just because you're self-assured and just because you're confident in yourself and your abilities doesn't mean that you're a narcissist. Just because you believe in yourself and you're like, I am the shit, I am that bitch, doesn't mean that you're a narcissist. It's just it's just a word that people throw around. And I feel like it's the same with the pessimistic versus like realist. I'm a realist and everything, I'm a realist. It's like, actually think about what you're saying and just do your research before throwing such words around. Anyway, back to the thing. If you just shift your mindset, like it just takes one mindset shift for everything to change, because your perspective on things change. And once your perspective on things change, the results and the way you look at life within itself just changes, and you're able to like welcome these new blessings and welcome these new experiences that you wouldn't have if your mindset was still the same. And as a person, your mindset needs to evolve. You can't have the same mindset that you did back then. If your mindset doesn't evolve, then your situation doesn't change. that's an automatic and that's like a given. So like if you are not willing to change your perspective and you are not willing to work on your mindset, then honey, you're gonna be stuck in the same place where like you still give so much importance and you place these opinions of other people on a pedestal more than your own. And I feel like also people don't realize the power in which they're giving other people. Like you're giving other people so much power over you and you don't even realize it. You're letting them being like the master of like your story because you're living in accordance to them, because their opinion of you lies higher than an opinion of your own, which is like you're constantly just going to like lag behind and you're constantly going to be these people's puppets, and then you're going to wonder why down the line you don't have a sense of like identity. One mindset shift that I had is that I just came to a realization that people are going to believe what they want to believe. And the thing is, no matter how much it hurts you and pains you in the moment, I guarantee you now in the future, from 5 years from now, after you've done all the changes in mindset shift, you're not going to give an absolute crap and you're going to be so grateful that you did what you did, which was just completely ignoring it and just not seeing the significance of it unless it's actually beneficial to you. And if you think that you're gonna have the time, if you think that you're gonna have the capacity to constantly, every other person that doesn't believe in you, doesn't care for you and your goals and your interests, if you think that you have the time and the capacity to change those people's beliefs and perceptions, honey, do you know how many years you're wasting of your life, of your growth, and what you could possibly be doing? Clock it. You can't change someone's mind about you if they're very comfortable with the image that they have of you already. Another mindset shift that is very useful is to just think that you have bigger problems than someone's worthless opinion of you. And it is worthless. In the moment, you may not see it as something that is worthless, but it literally is. The reason why I say that the opinion is worthless is because a lot of people are very insecure and a lot of people are just projecting. So if you're just going to believe anything that comes out of their mouths, then honey, you're going to be in for a ride and you're still going to be surprised at the place in which you are in. So people are projecting and you are taking their opinions and placing them on a pedestal, and that is why you're so affected and why you can't stop caring about what other people think of you. So the mindset shift that you need to do is just honestly realize that there's so much to life than other people's opinions of you. Like other people's opinions of you should be like the least like interesting thing ever, especially if it's not based on facts. Like heavy if it's not based on facts. And it's just like realizing that there's nothing you can do about it. If that's what they want to believe, that's what they want to believe. You have bigger problems, like you have a whole life that you have to like literally see to. You have a whole reality that you still have to face, and you still have all of these obstacles, and you're placing your importance on these people's opinions. Come on, stand up. Also have to remember those people are in a worse position than you, most likely, especially if they have like negative opinions of you. Like for example, like I could make an easy example of like keyboard warriors, where like they'll do or say anything over the internet and they'll comment whatever they want to comment on your post, but in real life they're never actually going to do anything. And the worst part about this is that they're projecting and they're saying all of these hurtful, rude and mean, disgusting things to somebody else, and that is because it's a reflection of them, right? So those people are in a worse position than you. So for you to consider their opinion so high as for you to think of it, then girl, child, those people are in a very much worse position than you. So hence the projection. So never take what other people say to heart. That's another thing. That's another mindset shift. It's just like also just people are just saying based on like their life experiences and what they have been through and what they have. It's just saying things based on their traumas and unhealed like versions of themselves, I guess. Just realize that there's more to life than other people's opinions of you. You are more than what people say that you are, as long as you believe that you are this person that can accomplish all of their goals, as long as you believe in yourself, as long as you have that confidence within yourself and your beliefs and what you're going to do in the future and your goals and whatnot, other people's opinions should be literally muted out. And the way in which you mute it out is that you just realize that these people don't understand. These people don't understand. Like, for example, if you have a dream of being an actor and people don't believe in you and don't believe in your potential, and they're constantly just like hating, it's pure hate and not actual criticism, you just have to understand that these people are also acting out of a place where they couldn't like act on their dreams, and they were forced to do something that they didn't want to do. So they wanted you to do the same because they couldn't, right? It's projection once again. These people have their own struggles, and like just to see someone else succeeding in that just triggers them. And it's just like you have to realize that a lot of these people are just very like depressed. They dealing like with bad things with their mental health, and it's obviously not to excuse their behavior, because your trauma, it should never ever be an excuse for your behavior and everything. But it's just like understanding where they're coming from and just knowing that it's never a you problem, it's always a them problem. That's why they are the way that they are. That's why you should never care in the first place, because it has nothing to do with you. Once you realize that in your mind, that these things that these people are saying is not about you, that's when everything changes for you. People are not going to understand your vision, and that you might be just the only person who understands your vision, and that's okay. It's obviously very hard because like you may not have like the support that you want from the people that you probably would have wanted it. But these people are going to realize later on, when you're successful and you're big, literally in a position where it's probably the lowest point of their lives, and they just want to make somebody else feel that way. They want somebody else to also not have peace because they don't have peace. So I never take it to heart, even though it might be like very like hard in the process. But trust me, you're going to thank yourself once you do all of these mindset shifts, because it's truly what's going to save you. And trust me, you'll get to a point where whatever somebody has to say about you, whether or not it's negative or positive, you're not even gonna care anymore. And you're gonna be so immune to it that you're not even gonna realize the day that you stopped caring. It's just going to be a part of your personality, and you're just gonna realize that, oh, I actually achieved that goal of mine, that goal of finally, stepping in and having my own boundaries with myself and just stop caring about what other people say. And you're just going to be so grateful. And at the end of the day, it's going to be you that's going to be benefited. It's going to be you that's living the life that you want to live, not the life that other people want you to live. And that's the best way to ever live your life.